So here we are again, recording another making of video. This time, or this week's postcard is Un Viejo Amor, a very well-known song, Mexican song by Mexican composer Alfonso Esparza Oteo. At this point, I believe that you've already heard that song, and so this is what we are about to talk today. I have already placed a photo of Maestro Alfonso Esparza Oteo because for some reason we have the bad habit, me including myself, that whenever we talk about a composer, we never make reference to their images, to the photos, or anything that gives us an idea on who we are talking about. Um, as I was telling you, including myself, because I have omitted that for a good number of postcards already. But as we are approaching the final pieces of this series, I think that we need to go back and bring up the very few, unfortunately very few, because you know that usually attention is paid to whoever is singing. So we have a good number of pictures of the singers, not of the composers. So that's the reason why I am including a picture of Alfonso Esparza Oteo. I had already shared in the past that he's one of the most famous Mexican composers. His style is very interesting because you may find that he has this vein for understanding the typical traditional music, Mexican music, and he finds a way of composing very attractive, very easy to understand, to grab his music, and moreover that he is in the very popular and traditional sense of our music. Again, as you know, when we are recording on the outdoors, there is always reasons to believe, or we can always face interruptions or people passing by. I am on a parkway, so I am expecting to have more people crossing ahead of us. But, well, going back to Alfonso Esparza Oteo, in the past we have already shared another song by Alfonso Esparza Oteo. If you may recall, we have already another song which I will place as a recommendation at the end of this video for you to take a look at and to get a deeper, more understanding of what his composing style was. He was a key player in defending and supporting the rights of Mexican composers. It is no mystery, or well, it is very well known by people that usually composers and artists in general do not have their rights protected. So Alfonso Esparza Oteo was one of the very interested to providing more support and recognition to Mexican composers. So his life is in one side in the composing arena, but on the other one, fighting for the rights of the composer and artists in general in Mexico. He died at the middle of past century, but he had the chance of creating his best known compositions in his life. He was known to have died still very young. He did not reach an advanced age when he passed away, but still he left us a good number of memories of melodies that we would like to bring to this postcard as I'm insisting that is the case for Un Viejo Amor. Okay, so what is Un Viejo Amor? Un Viejo Amor can be translated into something like I am not going to translate it as old because we are not talking about an old love, or at least not in the sense of that this being at an advanced age, but the expression in Spanish refers to a love that has already passed, a love that is part of your past. That's what un viejo amor means. So that love, and what does it look like, or what does it bring to you when you talk about a love that once was yours, well, that's what the song is going to tell us about. Un viejo amor. You also know that I like to share with you how is it or what is the first time that I heard this song and how is it that I fell in love with it. I need to confess that I really don't know. This is one of the songs that I have heard a good number of times, and as you will notice as soon as we start with the partition or as we go to the score, you will realize that it is a melody that is very easy, that is very for people, even for people who have not studied music, it is a very nice song that you can repeat or hum yourself. And provided that I have heard it a very good number of times, I have no special memory of any singer bringing it up to his concerts, though I am pretty sure that a good number of them like to do it. And this is for a very simple reason. The public, the audience, always sings along with the singer. Whenever the singer comes up with this song, you can see all people, or if not all, many of the people in the audience start singing along with him, singing in chorus the most well-known melody, and we cannot blame them for liking this very nice melody. And so I think that maybe we should start talking about what un viejo amor, this love that is part of your past, is about. By the way, I also need to recall that getting access or getting copies, or at least electronic copies, of many compositions by Mexican composers, it's very hard. It is not an easy thing to do, and that is the case for this song. So, Un Viejo Amor by Maestro Alfonso Esparza Oteo. And it starts, or it opens with a hmm, very interesting phrase. There is an opening phrase that says, por unos ojazos negros, igual que penas de amores. And so, what does por unos ojazos negros means? And I would like to pay particular attention to ojazos, because ojazos is an augmentative form of the word eyes, but the expression does not mean big eyes in the sense of the size of the eyes. It makes reference to those beautiful, astonishingly beautiful eyes that when you see them, you say ojazos. You don't say his or her eyes, ojos. You say ojazos. That's what the expression ojazos means. And so we hear from the singer that he is talking about those ojazos negros, those beautiful, astonishingly beautiful eyes that are as black eyes that are as black as the you know it is all that is also a very common expression in Spanish. Penas de amores, you know that people like to suffer, people like to have pains of love, and that's what this expression makes reference to. So those beautiful black eyes are as black as that pain caused by love. Hace tiempo tuve anhelos, alegrías y sinsabores. Because a long time ago, I had, these two sides of love there, where you were willing to have those eyes with you. So those black eyes, those ojazos negros, means both the joy and the sadness to you. But life goes by, some things change, and as things changed, you say, y al dejarlos algún día me decían así llorando, no te olvides, vida mía, de lo que te estoy cantando. So when you're about to leave those beautiful black eyes, those ojazos negros, that day when it came up that you had to leave those eyes, then your lover, or the person you have fallen in love with, replies back to you, almost crying, almost weeping. No te olvides, vida mía, de lo que te estoy cantando. You, my love, those black eyes are replying you back, telling you, Do not forget, please, love of my life, do not forget this that I am singing to you. We will make a pause there because I would like to share with you how the melody goes about. And there is something right before I start. It really has to do with what the singer thinks the emotion has to be. Because if you are like suffering, but very suffering, like just for yourself, maybe you would like to say, por unos ojazos negros. You see, but it's still very intimate, very keeping it for yourself. But if you are about, maybe I am spoiling the end of the song, but if you are more upset than intimately sad, you maybe you would have more courage, more power in your voice, and would say like, por unos ojazos negros, igual que penas de amores. But personally, I don't think that too much voice should be put into this song because uh, usually Mexican songs are more written in an intimate way, as opposite to showing off all the power of the voice. At this point, if you have already heard some versions by opera singers, you may have already realized that that there is too much volume, too much voice, too many high notes, and the duration of the notes is excessively extended. I think that in order to adhere more to the style of the composer, one has to be much more quiet in the style of singing it. So you go like, por unos ojazos negros, igual que penas de amores. Hace tiempo tuve anhelos, alegrías y sin sabores. Y al dejarlos algún día, me decían casi llorando, no te olvides, vida mía, de lo que te estoy cantando. Then there comes the most well-known phrase of the song. In fact, the phrase that gives name to this song, because now you say que un viejo amor, this love from your past, and this is exactly the phrase that all people keep in their minds because as I was telling you, it is very easy to grasp the melody. So you may hear people that even if they don't know the words, they would say ta ra 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 ta ra 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 ta ra ra ra. But in fact, the words go like que un viejo amor ni se olvida ni se deja, que un viejo amor de nuestra alma sí se aleja, pero nunca dice adiós. So the whole expression or this melody that I was telling you that is the melody that everybody knows, que un viejo amor, that old love of your life that you, and this is very important now that we are talking about the lyrics, ni se olvida ni se deja, that old love, that love of your past, really never goes away. It leaves a place in your mind, in your soul, so that it is always with you. We go back to the expression que un viejo amor, that is love of your past. De nuestra alma sí se aleja, pero nunca dice adiós. This expression would refer to the fact Of course, since the two of you are no longer together, now that love is not physically close to you, that is very important. Physically is not close to you, but despite the fact that it is not physically close to you, he really never says goodbye. So an old love of yours is always with you. He or she may not longer be with you, but he keeps or he is always there. That's what this expression and means, and it wraps that part of the music that, as I was telling you, is very easy to recall by telling again un viejo amor. And right after that, there is a repetition of the song, and when you go back, now the whole story has changed. As you may recall, we had shared that for those ojazos negros, those very beautiful black eyes, and that's how the story starts. But now that as we go to the repetition, now we understand that the time has gone by, and now the story is completely different because now what the singer is telling us is that after this long time has gone by, you have encountered those beautiful eyes again. But you find that now those eyes are not looking at you with the love of tenderness of the past. Now they are looking at you with disdain, cold, not even care about you. So you see how things have changed. In the first part, you are talking about those eyes that were almost crying when you decided to leave. But now, after time has gone by, this love of yours doesn't even recall you. So the expression goes like, and the music goes like, ha pasado mucho tiempo y otra vez vi aquellos ojos. Me miraron con despego, fríamente y sin enojos. Now, as we continue with the with the story, now that we have learned that things have brutally changed, you realize that those eyes that used to cry for you, and now that you realize that there is no love for you any longer, from those eyes that in the past had cried for you, you face her or you face him, you face that love of your past, and you asked that maybe as time has gone by, the memory of me has already passed as well. Of course, you are somehow upset, and that's also the kind of emotion, the kind of expression that you would like to impress or to keep in this passage. As you say, y al dejarlos algún día me decían casi llorando. And I have just committed a mistake because that's the first part. What I should have shared with you is a repetition that says, y al notar ese desprecio de ojos que a mí lloraron, pregunté si con el tiempo sus recuerdos se olvidaron. And after this time that you have now tell that love of your past that you would like an explanation on how is it that you've been forgotten, you go back to the expression to the repetition of the main part of the melody of the song. We go back to que un viejo amor ni se olvida ni se deja, que un viejo amor de nuestra alma sí se aleja pero nunca dice adiós, un viejo amor. Then right after that we jump to the ending part of the song. We wrap the song saying de nuestra alma sí se aleja pero nunca dice adiós. confirming that yes, that love of your past may not be with you any longer, but at the end, that person is to be always with you. So, as we go back to wrap up this song, it says, Que un viejo amor ni se olvida ni se deja, que un viejo amor de nuestra alma sí se aleja, pero nunca dice adiós. Un viejo amor. Then there comes some music, and right after that, you wrap up by saying, De nuestra alma sí se aleja, pero nunca dice adiós. By the way, as it is usually the case for these Mexican songs, there is usually central to low notes where you wrap it, pero nunca dice adiós. Of course, no singer would show off his skills, his volume, his high notes by doing so. So it is usually extrapolated to a much higher note so that singers can do that. The only problem with adding a long high note is that this not go with the style of the song. Somehow it breaks the melody that we have been carrying on with. Pero nunca dice adiós, que un viejo amor. Of course, you can always exaggerate and overdo things, but that shouldn't be the case. We need to be more respectful of the style of the composer, but also, people really like high notes, and for as long as people keep loving high notes, singers will keep doing it. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this song as much as I enjoyed working on it. And so, who knows, maybe next time that you hear this song, you can sing along with the singer and say, Que un viejo amor. Ta-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra. Hope to see you some other time soon.